Alright, what we're going to do today is we're going to be starting to put in our flooring. You want to start your flooring in the center. You'll get less waste that way, because if you look, I'm going to end up about on a joist in either spot. But we need to start from a corner, and the best thing to do is locate your corner and tack it in with a nail, and then line everything up from there. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, so I've tacked that corner, and you can see it's not in completely straight. So I'm going to walk down here. I'm going to straighten this piece as best I can. So now I'm straight, and I have something to nail to. All right, so we got it lined up. So I've got something to nail to here. And I've got something to nail to here. Now, this edge doesn't line up. Well, that's probably because this building's not 100% completely straight, but we can come back with the saw later and trim that. Now we're going to put nailing lines in it so we know where to drive our nails. All right, so we've drawn some lines. That's where we're going to drive nails using our nailer. We want to work from one end of the plywood to the other, because if you notice, this plywood sits way up in the air. It's got a big bow in it. If I tack down this side, it'll put the bow in the center. So we want to kind of work everything out towards the side. So we're going to work on nailing that down now. Now, the ideal tool to draw these lines is a drywall square, because it's exactly 4 feet wide. I can hook it from this side, line it up about in the middle of the joist, and give myself a line to draw from. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to trim this edge. You can wait till last to do this, but I want to include it in the video, so we're going to do it now. What you do is you go from corner to corner, and then you snap a chalk line. Show the chalk line. So now I have a line to follow with my saw, and I can just run my saw right up there and trim all this off. If you run into this faceplate, it's okay, because we're going to come back later and cover the whole wall with sheeting, so you'll never see it. So let me go get my saw and we'll make this cut. Next thing we're going to do is install the next pieces of sheeting, and what we're going to do is we're going to start from our center mark, which is right here, and we're going to stagger 2 sheets out. That way we'll be sure that our seams are not ended up on the same spot. We don't want our seams on the same spot. That gives you weakness. We're actually going to cheat one over so that we are using a joist as a nailer. We aren't going to put it in the dead center, because there is no joist in the dead center. All right, so this is an example of staggering the seams. We'll have one seam from this board down here. There's no seam up there. That staggered seam gives you a stronger floor. So we're going to put this piece in, then come back and put the other side in, and then go from there. All right, and this is an example of what I mean when I say staggered seams. None of these seams are lining up. They're actually mostly meeting in the halfway point of each other piece of wood. So this will give us a good strong floor. All right, now this floor is pretty much on here, but our base is a little bit out of square, so our floor is a little bit out of square. So because of that, we are going to have to do a bunch of measuring, or you can do it the easy way, which is lay a board in place. And do what's called scribe a line. So now I know how I have to trim this board with my saw, and it'll fit perfectly in place. So let me trim it real quick and I'll show you what that scribe line, how it trimmed up. Almost a perfect fit. So we're going to tack one, make sure it doesn't move on us, and we'll keep rolling. put in two just to be safe. Alright, so here we go. We just about have everything done. We still have some holes we got to fill in. We'll do that tomorrow. But really right now you have a strong functional floor. Once we get the walls up on this functional floor, we'll come back with a 1/4 inch of underlayment, which will give us a more level floor, and that'll give us a 3/4 inch floor nailed into the subframe. So we'll have a very good strong floor underneath this. Next step, finish this, and we're getting ready to start setting walls.